Hello and welcome to Audition Basics. I will go over the basics of an auditions, covering most of the beginning aspects of audition and the very simplistic basic levels of knowledge you're going to need to explore and use this software. So first, we'll start with importing any audio files you want to use. So we will go to File, Import, and then go to File. This will take you to your library. I have some pre-selected WAV files that I'm going to highlight and import. Just make sure that you're enabling the kind of file type that you want to use. If not, you can change them. So after importing them, you'll see your editor window display. This will give you control to the volumes, basic volumes of left and right, if you need to adjust those. If not, you can leave it at 0. But if you're looking to do a multi-track, you can click on multi-track, and this will open up a new session window, which you can title whatever name you want. And this will give you the option to watch sample rates in hertz. Usually 48K is the most commonly used. On your bit depth, usually 16, and stereo or mono if that's the kind of file type you want to work with. But today I'll show you stereo. You'll click OK, and this will open up to the different tracks you may lay on your new session. So now that you have your files imported, you can drag whichever file you want to use. So let's say I want Kids 2, I can drag it and insert it to track 1. Now here, since you have laid it, you can manipulate the WAV file in many ways. You can adjust, again, balance. You can add, remove volume. And also you'll have your sound effects options. And I'll make this bigger just to show you the different options you have. So if you want to add a sound effect to your first track, you would click on number 1, and this will display the different sound effects it allows you. So let's say you just want to make it an echo, and then after you select your effect, it will pop up a new window so you can manipulate that effect as well. Now if you're not very knowledgeable with each sound effect, that's okay. You can always play around and just move on the different levels until whatever sound effect you want to achieve. You'll close it, and you'll see your new sound effect laid out to your left side. If you want to edit it, simply double click it, and you'll be back to the sound effects window. So remember, you can insert as many as you want. Now, some very useful tools in the toolbar are, of course, you have your move tool, which allows you to drag around whichever track you want. This one that looks like a razor, of course. You're able to cut wherever you want to delete a certain section. So let's say I didn't want this. You can always cut it and delete it off. Also, you have your your slip tool, which allows you to reduce either the ending or the beginning of a track. This could be helpful if you have some dead space or dead air, and your end of the clip. You can always reduce that. And you have your selection, which allows you to highlight a particular track and manipulate that in any way. You can just do simple cut and paste, or you can add some gain. There's a lot of different options that gives you, so you can play around with that as well. So let's say this is how you want your new track to sound. Then you're gonna go to File, Export, and you can either do the selection, the entire session, or just a selected clip like I have. But if you want all your clips to go in there, you can go to your entire session. Now this will give you the different formats you want to export it in. So of course it can be WAV or MP3, so whichever you want to. Just make sure your settings are all right. Click OK. Just make sure you have a valid folder, and it'll export it and save it to your desktop. And that's the very basics of how to import, how to manipulate certain tracks as far as volume, sound effects, cutting, pasting, selecting. That's pretty much the basics. Once you dive yourself into the software, you can learn more. But for now, this is all I'm going to go over with, and I'll be uploading more videos on different techniques and effects you can do in Audition. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.